Hello and welcome. Today we're going to compare and take a look at all these DJI Mavic lookalikes to see which one is the best, which are pretty good, which are not, and just have an overall feel of some of the more popular DJI Mavic clones out there and see how they stack up. So starting from the top there, we have the T3505 drone. Right here we have the TKKJ TK116 drone. Here we have the Visuo XS809. Right there we have the Eachine E58 Pocket drone. Right here we have the PEG116 Rainbow drone. Right here we have the HC629 Wisdom drone from Bao Niu. And last but not least, we have the XT-1 from Attop. So these are some of the more common, popular Mavic lookalikes that are out there. And I'll give you my impressions. I've reviewed every single one of these on my channel with flight footage and so on and so forth. I will put the links of every single review in the description so you can take a closer, more in-depth look on each one. But I'll give you my favorites and my not so favorites. So taking a closer look here, I'll start out with probably one that's not one of my favorites, is this T3505W, which I've just recently reviewed. This one, it seems like it's from a generic company. It doesn't even, it's just labeled T3505. And the issues with this is the camera and Wi-Fi functions are just, they just don't work. It doesn't have good range as far as the Wi-Fi use. And the camera is pointed down and it's low quality. And it's just not that great. And it has a short flight time and the lights on it for orientation are not that great. But on the flip side, overall, all of these are okay flyers or pretty decent flyers. So none of them is really horrible. But definitely this one is not one of the better overall packages. So now I will tell you my favorite one of them all, and that is this one, the Visuo TIANQU XS809. Now this one is a great flyer. It has good quality video and controls. Good orientation, excellent battery life, has a good solid 10 minutes of battery life, and I believe they even have a package that comes with up to 3 batteries. So I would highly recommend that package. So yes, this is one of my favorites right here. I guess a runner-up would be the Attop XT-1. Out of all of these, this is probably the closest looking to the Mavic in terms of size and just overall looks. And it's a pretty good flyer, and you know, has decent quality footage. So this one is a pretty good runner-up. Another one that has a good resemblance to the DJI Mavic, but unfortunately is probably the smallest one in the group here. It's definitely on the small side, is the Eachine E58 Pocket. This one does look pretty much like the Mavic, you know, with the arms here and the little labels and such, but it is kind of small. It is pretty small. But if you are looking for maybe a smaller Mavic clone, then this is the one for you. So this one is pretty good. This Rainbow is not one of the stronger ones. It is kind of thin and fragile, as you can see there, and its Wi-Fi connectivity wasn't one of the better ones. But it does have a big battery bay to put in a larger size battery and possibly get a little extra flight time. So, but it's not one of my favorites. So yeah, so far the T3505 and the Rainbow are not amongst the best of the bunch. The Wisdom drone HC629 from Bao Niu is pretty solid. It is pretty good. It has a decent flight time. I think very close to 10 minutes. And it uses a common battery, so very easy to get batteries for. And it does resemble the Mavic quite a bit. And it is one of the larger ones of the group, as you can see. So it is pretty substantial. So it is a pretty cool drone there. The Vitality is okay. It's a good flyer. Unfortunately, it has a lot of jello in its footage. So in terms of video, this one is not recommended, and neither is this one. So these two are definitely not great for video footage. But in terms of flyers, they're not bad. They're pretty decent, and this one definitely flies pretty smooth. So and also these two are not too good with lights and orientation, because the lights are very flat on the bottom. They're not like the Visuo that has the lights very clear right there on the legs. So it's very easy to tell the orientation, and perhaps to take it for a little evening flight. So that's my overall thoughts on all of these. As I mentioned, I will put links in the description for the reviews on each of these that I've made. And you know, hope you gain some insight from this, and hopefully you agree on my picks. But yeah, if I had to pick one out of all of these, I would definitely go with the Visuo. That is my personal favorite, and I would get the package that has the 3 batteries. So that's about it. They all have pretty good transmitters. One little thing that I will note, out of all of these, the one that most closely resembles a DJI transmitter is the Eachine E58 Pocket. And let me show you the transmitter right here. This one has the transmitter that most closely resembles a DJI transmitter, so that's pretty cool about this one. The rest of them pretty much have standard gamepad type controllers or transmitters, so they don't resemble the DJI transmitter, but this one does quite resemble it. And it does quite resemble the Mavic, if only it were a little bigger, perhaps kind of like the Bao Niu or the XT-1. If it were a little more substantial and with the transmitter and everything, it had the potential to be probably the closest looking to a DJI Mavic, but unfortunately not. One other little observation to note as well, not all of them have foldable propellers. The TIANQU Visuo XS809, this one does not have folding propellers. And also the Vitality does not have folding propellers. But pretty much the rest of them do. Yeah, in fact, all of them have folding propellers except those two. And they do all have folding arms. All of them have the foldable arms, which is the standard trademark of the DJI Mavic. So, yep, those are my picks. So hopefully you agree with them. So take care.